box if you can hear me. So my name is Aditola Polawal. I'm the Programs Associate at Ingressive for Good. And congratulations, everyone. I can see we have a lot of our learners coming in. It has been an amazing weeks, actually, of intense learning social media marketing. And you all have been super, super amazing. Like, you made it to the finish line. And that's why we're having this event exclusively for you. So congratulations once again. We have amazing guests, which I'll be introducing in some minutes time on the panel session. But before we do that, I want you to go into the chat box, tell us your name and where you're joining in from. Also mention one thing that how the event was like for you. I mean, how the training was like for you. What was your highlights? What was your low light moments? Just share with us in the chat box before we kickstart. So before we actually start, I'm going to allow Anifa to give a congratulatory speech to all our learners. Hi, Anifa.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to your graduation event. As you all know, I'm Hanifa. I'm the programs. Thank you to our and of course Coursera as well, and also to our panelists who have decided to spend
Hello.
1 hour plus.
Hello, sorry, I think we lost you a little bit.
God, I prepared this amazing speech. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. You're just breaking up a little bit.
Just breaking up. Okay, so anytime it breaks up, let me know, and then I'll try to find myself.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So I'll try to make this as fast as possible because of the bad internet. So yes, about 2 months ago, we started what is called I4GMarketing scholarship, and this is the first of its kind. And we came together. We've been having this conversation with Meta. What can we do for the African youth who are interested in marketing, interested in digital marketing, interested in social media marketing, in tech marketing? And this amazing course came, and we created this entire program over 17,000 people applied, and we had just about less than 1,000 people. So we started, and 700 plus were waitlisted as well. So to give up on this, there were about 6 courses. We shared our struggles on Telegram. We shared our success stories. I think over 10 people have gotten at least 1 or 2 job offers, job opportunities, gotten into school. And over 200 of you, almost 300, have completed all 6 courses. They've written their exam, gotten their badges, gotten their 2 badges, submitted, to us, had a high score, ready to take on the world. And we're just like really, really, really super proud of you. So I'm going to take a moment and allow everyone, please give yourselves a round of applause because you did it. Let me hear it, please. A round of applause. Love it. Yes, you did it. You dedicated your time. I know a lot of people that had to travel from their village to town every week to be able to get to a laptop or a desktop for them to complete their course. You didn't give up, and I'm proud of you because I know the struggle it takes for you to, say that, no, I got this scholarship and I'm going to make the best use of it. So We are super proud of you. We are happy that you've been able to complete your course. We are happy you decided to spend the time, the efforts, the energy to complete this course, to complete this scholarship. And we are ready to be there for you up until the end. Ingressive Focus started in 2020, and we know how many people have gotten our scholarships. We know how many people have been able to make use of that opportunity, and we know how many people have gotten jobs out of it, right? We recently premiered our documentary a couple of days ago, and it was really beautiful, where we can see people sharing their stories, where they were coming from, the struggles. We understand, and that is why Ingressive is here for you. Again, not to take so much of our time. I'm just really happy, because this is our first graduation for the year, you guys. And a lot of you have been able to show that even in the midst of adversity, I can do more, right? This is my time to shine. This is my time to be better. This is my time to take charge of my life. This is my time to start a career in tech. You guys are now techies. You can call yourself tech bros and tech Cs. And I hope you guys have started updating your LinkedIn. Anyways, in the next couple of days, actually, starting from May 1st, we have a boot camp. Again, first of its kind. We have a boot camp ready for you to go through, now that you've learned the technical parts, it's time to go into the job world. And like I said, we are going to be with you. We started shouting to everybody that you guys, we have I4G marketers that are ready to be hired. Funny enough, I think I just saw a message where one of you, a graduate just like you, was reached out to for a job in dollars, for a job offer, a potential job offer in dollars, in six-figure dollars, not just dollars. So don't give up, right? We are here till the end. Anyways, I'm going to stop here now. I hope this was really inspiring for you as it was for me. I really look forward to seeing what you guys are going to create at the end of this. Because again, you guys are our future. You guys are the ones that would, go out there in the world, start making money, start, changing the world, start building beautiful products, and then coming back to come and, give back to the community. So we really love you. We appreciate you. We are proud of you. I pass the mic to Dolapo.
Thank you so much, Hanifa. Thank you so much. That was really, really amazing. And yeah, I think I don't know if this is because this is our first this is our first program at Ingressive for Good, but I really love the energy in this community. Like, the Telegram group is always buzzing. There are a lot of encouraging words from fellow learners to each other, and everybody is just willing to help. I mean, it is actually really amazing. And the success stories we've been getting from this program, even before the end, has been mind-blowing. And I don't doubt that this cohort, graduates from this cohort are really going to do amazing in their career. It's time for the panel session here, and I'm just going to read briefly, introduce our panelists briefly, then we go into it. I'm sure you must have seen the flyer, and you must have seen the super amazing panelists that we brought on board for you, because of course you're special and we just want to give you the best. So the first person I'll be introducing is Chini Francis. Chini Francis is she's a public policy manager at for Meta, and she's also a guest panelist. Sorry, we also have Omoy Bolaji Ajibari. Bolaji, popularly known as the Social Media Oga, is the founder of the Social Media Oga and also the Social Media Avon community. And as well as we have Taiwo Oladeji. Taiwo Oladeji is the owner at Telipsy Digital Marketing and Tech. So I'm going to call on each panelist, and I'm going to allow you to introduce yourself one after the other before we deep dive into the panel session. So I'm going to first call on Bolaji. Hi Bolaji, how are you doing? Please say hello to our graduates and introduce yourself briefly.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? I was I was dressed up to show my face, but I think that everybody in this meeting is not showing their face, so it's fine.
Please do. I didn't show my face because my network was bad.
Okay. I like turning on my cameras at meeting. It just makes you see the seriousness. So I'm just going to turn it on while I speak, and then I'll turn it off once I go. Hi guys, Balaji here. My name is Balaji. I have been a social media manager for 8 years, but I am transitioning. I'm no longer doing social media management. I am transitioning into being a social media manager mentor. I currently I founded the Social Media Avon community, which is a community for social media managers in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole. We're currently almost at 7,000 members. And I currently work as a creator with CapCut, owned by TikTok. And I'm literally like someone that's looking to teach people how to use social media the right way. There's a lot of my bio, but I think those are the things you need to know when it comes to social media marketing. And I'm going to say congratulations, guys. I can't wait to answer questions and share my knowledge. Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much, Bolaji. Thank you. I'm going to call on Chini next to introduce herself. Just tell us a bit about you. Hi, Chini.
Hello. I'm trying to see if, okay, yes. Bolaji, thanks for setting the precedence of turning the camera on. I was hoping that nobody would say that. But hi, everyone. Really good to be here. I'm Chini. Like I've been introduced, I work with Meta and I'm on the policy programs team, and I cover the sub-Saharan Africa region. A lot of my work centers around creating and implementing programs that cater to creators, developers, and different audiences, really. And it's really exciting to see how well this program has done, the interest that the program received, the participation, the engagement. It's fantastic. It's really nice to see people thirsty for knowledge and putting all that knowledge to good use. So big congratulations to everybody here. Super proud of you for starting and seeing this till the end, and really wishing everybody here the very best. Thank you. So good to be with you guys.
Thank you, Chini. Nice to hear from you. So Taiwo, please go ahead, introduce yourself and tell us a bit about you.
Yeah, perfect. Hi, guys.
Hi.
First of all, I'd like to say you guys are doing a great job. When I saw the theme, marketing and tech, I knew it was a good move. Marketing was a bit isolated in the past, and having to put it together with tech now is it's a way forward. And you impacting that knowledge into these guys is it's like creating a better future for them. Yeah, so a bit about myself. So I'm the owner of Telipse. Telipse is a marketing and tech company, and was founded in 2014. So far, basically, we're a purely marketing company in the past, the marketing agency. And just recently, like last year, we got into tech. So we don't offer tech services. What we do, we have in-house tech products, about 4 products we're currently building. One being Get Signed, which is a creative talent marketplace. Yeah, so personally, before building my company, I've had a number of marketing projects that I've worked with, and I've led a number of projects too. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to receive your questions. Hopefully we're able to do justice to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Taiwo. I trust you'll be able to do justice to them. All right, so we're going to just go deep dive into the questions. So I'm going to start with Chini. Hi, Chini. So can you please share some of your experience from your marketing career that have helped shape your understanding of the industry and its challenges?
Excuse me. My apologies. I think there's something going on in the air and it's allergy season. So I wouldn't
Sorry.
say that. Thank you so much. I wouldn't say I have a marketing career per se. And I always describe my career in a very interesting way. I've gone from one industry to the other. So I started my career in finance, very interestingly. My first degree was in economics. I started my career in finance. And so a lot of my classmates from university are in finance companies and investment banking. But I think after my first year, right after school, I kind of knew that I didn't want to continue in a finance career. And I was very curious about marketing and media specifically. And I remember just cold emailing the top 10 media tech guys in Nigeria. And then I started to work with Bella Nigeria. And that's really where I gathered a lot of marketing experience. And then I took that, went further. During my second degree, I then fully studied marketing and communications abroad, and then got into fintech marketing, and then found myself at Meta, where I then do policy programs, which is not marketing, but I've had the opportunity to work with the marketing team on a lot of campaigns. So I would say that marketing, the interesting thing about marketing for me is how it connects to many different other careers. And in my experience, the highlights of it has been everything that I've learned from my time focused on marketing and media has been pivotal, has been super useful in my other experiences, if that makes sense to you guys. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does perfectly. I think someone mentioned how you can branch out a lot as a marketer, and I'm not actually surprised to hear. It's actually insightful that you say it again, like to reemphasize the fact that you can branch out as a marketer. So thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to be asking Bolaji my next question. Bolaji, I know branding is crucial in marketing. Can you share your experience in building and managing a successful brand? And what are the key lessons that you've learned that you'd like to share with our graduates?
Okay, so I would first say for somebody like me, everybody's different. And I'm so glad to hear that. Chini, before I go on, I'd like to say, wow, well done at cold emailing, because I hate it. Like, I don't know. I don't like when people cold DM me or cold email me, but maybe something I'll look at maybe when I'm doing, trying to switch into my career. So well done at that. For branding, a lot of people feel branding is you must have like graphics, your brand colors and everything. Yeah, you must. But for somebody like me, I feel like your branding, when it comes to personal branding, you're trying to brand yourself as a professional, and that's what you should be concerned about, not just your logos, not just your colors, not just your fonts. For somebody like me, when you check my brand, you just see that I'm always like, some days I started with orange, white and black, and then I switched to pink, and then I switched to another color and everything. Why people still stayed with my content is because it was more about the kind of content and the kind of personality I have than the kind of colors or the kind of graphics that I do, because they know that, okay, once I get to Balaji's page, I am getting value. Once I work with Balaji, I am getting value for my money. Or once I buy Balaji's course, I'm getting value for my money. So when it comes to branding, you want to be more concerned about the content than the design, because a lot of people focus more on, oh, I want to have a logo. I have been in this business my business is like 2-3 years old, officially 3 years. I still don't have a logo, but yeah, you hear the social media guy everywhere. A lot of people like, I need to have a logo first. I need to have this. I need to have that. That is the least of your worries. You need to be concerned about what kind of content you're pushing. And when I'm saying content, I don't mean just social media, online content. I tell people this a lot, and I was telling them at Unilag yesterday that the only way you can say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, is to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? What are your goals? What are your long-term goals? What do you want to be known for? And this would help you know exactly how you're going to brand yourself. Because a lot of people feel like, back to the point, a lot of people feel like once I put out this content, and once you're looking at, okay, let me say, for example, let me use Chini as an example. Let's say Chini has like an Instagram page, and you feel like, okay, let me put out content like her. You don't know what the thing is, people are going to look at your content and they'll see Chini in that your content, and they'll be like, this is definitely Chini's content. And you don't know you're making Chini more popular instead of making yourself popular. So you don't want to copy anybody. You want to be more concerned about the content that you're putting out physically. I'm talking about physically, online and offline, because that's what consists of your branding. You want to focus more on personal branding than just graphics branding or online branding. I think I've been able to answer the question. Thank you.
Yes, perfectly. You actually shook some tables, because I visited your page on Instagram and I saw how colorful it was and playful, and I'm like, but every content actually is filled with value, like super valuable content. And I'm like, I feel like if you do, like, just like we know you need a logo, you need a particular color grade and all of those things to like really look like you are really know what you're doing, right? But hearing from you now, I think I need to like, I need to rethink or go and look at what worked out for me
No, I'm
and
not even
focus
saying
more on value.
it's okay. It's okay to have that, but it shouldn't be, because I've noticed that for me, because of my personality, colors are limiting. Sometimes I don't feel like I'm a very how will I say it? If you're talking about signs, I'm a Sagittarius. If they're talking about, I don't believe in it though. But one thing I read that I resonate with is we go with the flow and we change whether. So for me, if I'm using just one color, it doesn't, at the point I just get tired of things and I need to change and everything. So finding your own rhythm is what's gonna help. That's why. Yeah.
Interesting. Super interesting. Thank you so much, Bolaji. Okay, Taiwo, I'm going to like ask you my next question. I want to ask like, what do you think are the most emerging trends or technologies that would impact the field of marketing now and in the nearest future? How do you think marketers can actually adapt or stay ahead of these trends?
Yeah, before I speak to that, let me just touch on what Mobolaji said. So hi, Mobolaji, a lot of attitude there. I like that. Talking about branding, well, I think at the very minimal level, you should be able to tell your brand story. You should be able to tell how you want your content to be perceived. Like, you should be able to tell beyond the logo, of course, you should be able to tell, the kind of tone you want to set. And if you want to rebrand at any point in time, you should have, from your brand perspective, you should have a short-term plan and a long-term plan. And you should be able to put all that together and imbibe the kind of content you put out. So I understand that there's much of a personality involved in your brand, social media org, yeah. So that again comes down to how you brand yourself and where you prioritize. You understand? Yeah. So talking about trends, yeah. So marketing is just like as a number of other roles are affected by, the fast-paced technology and all that. Marketing is actually not left out. And if you actually want to be on top of your game, you really need to learn the latest things happening in the industry. In the area of AI, artificial intelligence, you see technologies. I don't want to mention names actually. You see technologies that are able to compose or create content for you at without any efforts. Usually I remember back then when trying to come up with a content calendar, we do some brainstorming on what the brand is all about. We do some brainstorming on come up with a hashtag bank. We come up with some short lines and all that for content. Usually we optimize for Instagram. So a lot of that is changing because first of all, before the advent of chats, GTB and all that, there were a number of blogs, a number of platforms that came up that you would easily be able to download templates from. So the exposure and all that was all coming up and you being on top of all this means that you should be doing a lot of research. So but to go straight to the point, I would say to be on top of your game in terms of trends, you want to know what the industry leaders are. You also want to follow them on social media. You also want to check out the type of content they're putting out. You also want to subscribe to their mailing lists. And there are a number of organizations that set the trends. There are a number of organizations that like at the beginning of every year, it's tell you what to expect. It happens in a lot of industries, fintech, also happens in marketing. So for example, we know that performance marketing is going to gain a lot of ground. Like in terms of e-commerce, we know that conversational commerce is coming up too. So you really need to be on top of all this so that you don't get left behind. And when your client is knowing more than you do, then there's a problem. You understand? So don't be too comfortable with what you know. You have to go out there and research. You also need to have mentors. It's good you have a community already, Ingressive for Good, and I believe you're able to. There's a lot of knowledge exchange, knowledge transfer that would happen, that is ongoing. So you can hold on to that and excel with it. I don't know if I was able to, answer your questions. Is that good?
Yes, you did. I actually have a follow-up question. Thank you so much for sharing that insights. But to follow up, I want to ask, you mentioned a number of is it niches in marketing? You talked about e-commerce, performance marketing, and all of those things. So as a newbie in marketing, and you mentioned out that it's important to stay like up to date in these areas, of course, because you also said something important, that it's a problem when your clients know more than you. So I want to ask, as a newbie marketer, how would you advise to like delve into all these aspects of marketing, or to just pick a niche that you want and focus on that? Of course, you like know other things later, but be known for this particular style of marketing or niche per se.
Yeah, the niche-based approach is usually the best. I always tell this to a lot of people. Although when I started too, I was a lot of I want to do everything, but as you go in your career, you would want to specialize. When you specialize, then you can grow. So when I started, I was I'm a digital marketing expert. Because I've probably seen a number of courses online. I've taken a number of courses, gotten some certifications and done a number of campaigns, and I'm all over the place and telling people I'm a digital marketing expert, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so it was later on that I would actually want to tell someone, look, I'm a Google Ads expert, or I can make you earn better if your social media strategy is reviewed by my team. Yeah. So you really want to approach your clients or your potential clients with a niche-based approach. You want to tell them what you're best at, that you have something to back up with in terms of, should I say, call it traction or success stories. Yeah. So I don't expect you guys to have much in your portfolio now, but if you want to build this, you really want to start simple, start small. If you know that over the years, what you've been doing has been on social media, you're able to command 10 times engagement on any platform when you come on board, then why don't you come up with a proposal with that and, rebrand yourself as, social media guys, you understand? And if what you do best is like something I learned later in my career was SEO, web optimization. If you've had a background in that for a long time, this is the time to create that niche, to be a champion of it. You understand? So anytime, any day, I'll go with the niche-based approach, and I think it's a good way to fly.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Taiwo. That was super insightful. Thank you so much. I'm going to circle back to Chini. Chini, I want to ask you, at the time, you mentioned out that you've worked with media and some marketing teams in the past. At the time when you were working with them, what are the mistakes that you could have avoided? And I want you to answer in relation to collaboration, because collaboration is something that we encourage our learners, our graduates to do. So what are those mistakes or those things that they should take note of when they are working with other people?
So when you say collaboration, to clarify, do you mean collaboration with your teammates in an organization, or do you mean collaboration with other organizations, like you as an organization collaborating with other organizations?
Would be nice to if you can share from both perspectives, would be nice.
Okay. With collaborating with other organizations, I think it's a very nuanced conversation. Because with smaller companies that I've worked at, a lot of things are very individualistic, right? So there's probably not so many people that are implementing a particular role or function. So you have to own a function and kind of run with it. And there's so much that you have to do. What I would advise in that case is first getting buy-in from people, right? So it might not be the case where there are 10 other people that you have to collaborate with on a project, but it's super useful to get buy-in. And I think just being a decent person goes a long way, right? Knowing that even if it's not the other person's priority, because of the type of person that you are, people want to contribute to your work. People want to give you ideas. I've found that very helpful, where people just say, oh, what about this? Or I know this person, I can connect you. However, in a larger organization, it's an actual skill that you absolutely need to have, because you're working with multiple teams, you're working with lots of stakeholders. And I think that as a marketing professional, your project management game has to be 100. So I'd say that being able to communicate things very clearly, being able to show the progress that is being made at different levels of a project, of a marketing campaign, and being able to get buy-in from stakeholders at your level, at higher levels, from leadership is key. Because you find out that it's a heavy lift when you're working by yourself and you're not sharing, and you could achieve so much more when you collaborate with others. But also being clear what you want to get out of it. So I'm communicating with X team, and this is the goal. So when you're going into those meetings, you know what you're getting out of it. When you're sending an email, there's an action item, there are next steps, right? So I do think that it's a skill that is required regardless of what organization that you're in. But I've in my experience, I've seen it play out very differently, where I'm a major part of the organization and I'm carrying a heavy lift by myself, versus being a part of a much larger company where you actually need to collaborate with others. I think as an organization, it depends as well, right? It depends on just even having an eye for partnership, to see organizations that you can collaborate with and multiply the results you would ordinarily have if it was just your organization. So just having that eye to see the value that other organizations are bringing to the table, and being clear. I think clarity is very important. Being clear to say, these are the results we want to achieve, and this is who I'm looking for. This is the kind of organization I'm looking for to achieve the results that I'm trying to achieve.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Chini. My take out of that is being a decent person. I mean, that actually struck me, because what you do will be the kind of person that you are will be reflected in the things that you do, and that's actually important. And collaboration, I feel like this needs to be resounded to our people. Like, collaboration is an important skill as a marketer should have. Thank you so much for sharing, Chini. So I'm going to circle back to Bolaji. Bolaji, can you share a successful marketing campaign that you have worked on and the key factors that contributed to the success of that campaign?
Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, successful, the recent one has to be the Marathon Messiah Praise, because I work with the Office of the Special Assistant to the General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. I am currently the head of public relations for the Pastor Seed family. So they had to bring me on for the strategy team. I would say one of the first things you should know is there are going to be a lot of meetings and meetings and meetings. But I would say what worked for us was actually because they've been running this from 70, and we've been able to like sit down and say, okay, what were the things we were doing wrong and how can we try to bridge the gap? So we had things like network issues, and that's like another thing, because for an event and the Redeemed Christian Church of God, there's always like network issues. So we had to fix that. The second one was trying to know how to assign the media team for each particular performance. And I think that's helping me, because right now I am working on the campaign for another Christian concert that is going up in June. So once we knew that, okay, some artists are kind of like high, we had to know, okay, for example, Messi Chimbo, Nathaniel Bassi, we knew that the people we wanted on ground for them, the response had to be high. We had some, we kept them on medium, we had some, we kept them on low. We had like an extensive Google Sheet, because I use Google Sheet a lot. We had like an extensive Google Sheet, and for that Google Sheet, we had to sorry, please give me 1 second. We had, sorry about that. So we had a Google spreadsheet where we had to put in things like, what hashtags are we using right now? What kind of posts are we creating? Making sure that our countdown posts. So we had a pre-campaign, a pre-campaign during the event, and a post-campaign. So post-campaign is still currently rolling out until the next one. So for pre-campaign, it was assigning the media power for each particular artist. And this is like looking at nothing less than 50 artists. So we had to do it one by one. We had to check what hashtag, we had to bring someone, what kind of hashtags will work for us. We also had to do with the numbers. So what kind of numbers are we looking at? We're not looking at likes. We're not looking at follows. We're not looking at followers. We're looking at the impressions, how many people have been seeing our posts in the past and how many people are currently seeing our posts during the pre-campaign season. So during the campaign, we had to make sure everybody was on ground and had to divide people into different teams to make sure that this had to work. And it was, I would tell you, it wasn't easy, because I think I barely slept for like 5 hours throughout the entire week. But one thing I was able to learn from that particular period is that, so most times when you are on a campaign, even if you're not the person in charge of the campaign, you have to be ready to like take on the reins of whatever campaign you're running on, if you can do it, because another person might be slacking and it would affect your job. So if you don't want your job to be affected or your output, because you have to be ready to take one for the team or more than one. That's one thing I learned. That was during the campaign. So I had to make sure I was on ground with less than no sleep, making sure posts were going out on time, making sure everybody was doing every single thing they were doing. And I was more concerned about people seeing the post, because one thing we keep forgetting when it comes to social media is that a lot of people see your post, but they forget to like, they forget to share. Making sure that we're trying different call to actions for each of our single posts. I'm talking from the social media aspect, because that's like the marketing campaigns I'm always on. Then post campaign is posting videos from the events that a lot of people might not have seen before, posting some clips that a lot of people probably that were not at the event live missed out on, because it's not everything that was shown, because we had to do this in like 4 or 5 different other countries. So it was making sure that every single thing was going flawlessly. And creating your report. One thing I feel like a lot of social media marketers forget to do is take screenshots, because you're working behind the scene. You want to take screenshots or quickly take a picture of your numbers, because see, if the numbers change with time, even if you want to take a quick screenshot or a picture to see what's working. Even when you see portfolio, you see people showing you aesthetically pleasing feed. I don't care about the pleasing feed. I want to see the numbers, how you were able to grow this one from this particular number to this particular number. That's what I want to see. So for example, I am currently the campaign manager for the Spirit of Prophecy is my church. So they have a campaign. And one thing I was able to tell them when they brought me on was, numbers are not doing great. We need to take these numbers. Posted something kind of like, we knew people were going to react, but we knew what we were looking for. And then people actually reacted. So it's kind of like, okay, this will help us increase the numbers. Can we do something like this? And that's what was working. So one thing you need to be able to do is learn how to also be flexible. And I learned that this was one campaign that at the point when everything ended, I knew that I actually cried. So your numbers, screenshots should be your best friend, because for every single campaign, you need those numbers to put in your reports to show somebody that, oh yes, I can do this. Because if you don't take screenshots, it's not going to work. Then another thing is, Chini mentioned collaboration. I'm going to talk about a little bit of collaborating with people on your team. You need to know how to outsource and assign specific tasks. At least, please, one person per each task. Because if you start assigning 3 or 4 to one person, you start seeing that they're concentrating on one instead of the other 2. So I made sure that I assigned one person. This is your own task. This is your own task, and I'm able to hold them accountable to that particular task for like the media team and everything. So I think that's all I can share, because the part is confidential to me, but those are the things I would focus more on. I feel like we should also get rid of the mentality that we're focusing more on likes and follows, because trust me, I watch a lot of content, and if there's like no call to action, most times I forget to like, I forget to even comment. I watch a 10-minute video on TikTok. Yes, I'm those kind of people. People watch 10-minute video on TikTok. Like, people are posting about SpongeBob, old episodes, and I'm watching everything on TikTok, and I'm laughing my heart out. And I even forget to leave a comment. You get? So it's very, very good to also document your process for every single campaign, because not every single campaign is going to look like each other. I'm already saying so much. I hope I don't confuse you, but yeah, I hope I was able to answer the question. Thank you.
Yes, you did perfectly, did justice to the question. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love how you re-emphasize what Chini said about, taking responsibility, and you made some important points that I had to actually take notes myself, and I'm sure everyone took notes as well. So we are going to go around with the last questions. I'm going to ask Taiwo, in addition to sharing your final words of encouragement to our graduate, I'd like you to talk a bit about what you look out for because you are the CEO of a digital marketing agency. What do you look out for when you are hiring for a potential candidates, marketing candidates in, let's say, social media marketing, basically? What do you look out for? And please share your final words to our graduates. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow, we're handing already. Okay. All right. So what do I look out for? So first of all, at this point, what I do usually is when there's a project coming on, I'd like to concentrate on the strategy. I create a blueprint. I come up with a strategy plan. First of all, once all the we really understand what the brand is all about, and we know who their audience is, what they're trying to achieve. We come up with the strategic plan and all that's documented. I share it with the team. So first of all, when I realize something is lacking, like if we have somebody who is good in emailing, we have somebody who is good in social media, and I realize, okay, I think we're lacking in the B2B aspect of things, in terms of LinkedIn and all that. So this is when I reach out to the wider team. So we have like a team of professionals who do different things that I'm able to contact anytime I need something to be done, and as a project on board. Yeah. So in terms of hiring new talent, basically what I look out for is what exactly you can do. Then I go to what exactly you've done. If I see the potential, then because I'm more of the long-term kind of thinking person. So except it's we're trying to do something real quick, and I'm just really focused on your strong points at the moment. But apart from that, I'm really concentrate on what's your force, like what exactly are you interested in? Like, are you trying to specialize, or are you trying to be the chief of everything? So if it works for what I want, you understand, then you come on board. So so the way marketing is for a lot of organizations, it's usually not it's usually on demand, like when there's an event coming up, or the client wants to launch something, or there's a new company coming up, you're trying to activate some things and all that. So it is at that point you realize there's a gap somewhere, and you need to find a talent, or you need to find a resource. You understand? So at that point, you really, really want to know who exactly can do this. Yeah, but if you're just trying to build a team, what I'm looking at is somebody who is creative, of course, because to do marketing, you have to be creative. Someone who is who can communicate. You should be able to voice your opinions. You should be able to not just think about it. You should be able to represent it in words, represent it in illustrate it, design it. And somebody who is result oriented. I'm not just about I can do this. I want to see you talk about if I do this, this is what happens. You understand? Because the real fact is, most of these clients only want to see result. Like they don't really care about the process. Like I can tell you that for free. And that is why I usually advise that if you're doing marketing, ensure that you know how to go about your sales. If your client doesn't have sales sorted out, or there's no salesperson you're communicating with, then you probably need to charge them for that. Then you must have someone doing sales for you, or probably you're doing it on your own. Because if you're doing all the marketing and someone is not closing the deals, and you're just getting all the leads, or you just getting busy with all the marketing and all that, and it's not really the real conversion, it's not really happening, then there's a big problem. So I want to see somebody that understands this process, understands whatever blueprints I put on the table. If you're coming up with a funnel, marketing funnel, and I want you to be able to tell me at any point, at any touch point, what kind of content is going to be best for this kind of audience. You understand? So you must be able to, be on top of your game, and the communication thing is key, actually. Yeah. So in terms of my final words, I would say at this point, you probably want to find jobs, and you probably want to, set up your own business and get clients. I think what you want to do now is to look inward. You need to talk to the people around you, your neighbors. Let them know what you're doing. You understand? These are the people. This is how you get your first paycheck. This is what worked for me, actually. This is how you don't think these people they can help or something. Look inwards, within your community, within your social media groups, your WhatsApp groups, find some real nice um, content to tell what you do, and start from there. And also get your proposals, make sure your proposals are handy. Yes, you must be able to package yourself. Yeah, package yourself in the right way, because you really want to make money. It's not going to come that easy. And even when it comes, you need to be on top of the game to keep it going. Yeah, so propose what you can offer, and um, don't disappoint. Yeah. Yeah, so what else do I want to say? So let me just say something a bit more personal. So there was a lot of energy when I got into marketing. I was sending a lot of cold emails, doing a lot of social media, doing a lot of that. So I think that's really what you want to do now. Don't let the ginger down. And believe me, once you get past that process, you will be able to settle and say, yeah, I think this is what has worked best for me. And this is what I want to be a professional at. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing, Taiwo. Thank you so much. That was super, super insightful. Thank you so much. So I'm going to start with to Chini right now. Chini, any final words of encouragement for graduates?
Really just wishing everyone the best. I do know that figuring out your career or a business can be it is a lot of work. And I'm just really sending the best wishes to everybody. And just encouraging you to play the long-term game. It's a journey, and I always try to see it as a marathon rather than a sprint. And to know that for me personally, one thing has always led to the next. So stay positive. I know that you've learned and picked a lot of hard skills from this program, and from what everybody here has shared today. So I would really just like to leave you with positive vibes, good wishes, and really just believing in yourself. You're the magic. So regardless of what happens in one job or in one career or in one business, there's still so much more ahead. So yeah, really good luck to everybody. I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone does. Hoping that I connect with Delacqua down the line, and we can see some testimonials of the amazing work that you're doing, regardless of what you choose to do. So yeah, all the best, everyone.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much, Chini. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So yeah, Bolaji, there's a question here that I think Bolaji would like to answer in addition to adding a final word. Someone asked, please, what kind of tools should we focus on learning to make us relevant as a digital marketer?
Okay. I would say for digital marketing, you need to first understand what part of digital marketing you're going to, because digital marketing is quite broad. So I will only talk from the social media. Sorry, my friends are calling me. I would only talk from the social media management aspect. You want to focus on tools that graphic design tools. You can start with Canva. I use Canva for almost every single thing, if not every single thing. Editing tools, CapCut, because currently I'm in the CapCut Academy. But if CapCut is not really easy for you, you can do InShot. For my AI rewrite tool, I use WordTune Pro, WordTune Pro. There are free tools that you can use, Quillbot. There are other tools that you can use, or Grammarly and everything, but I don't really use Grammarly a lot because it makes some kind of mistakes for me and everything. So I use WordTune for my AI rewrite tool. for my invoices, I design them also on Canva, but there's some for invoices and contracts, you can actually use some tools that will help you for your invoicing and your contract. You also, for my content calendars, I use Airtable. I can use Airtable, Notion, or Google Sheets, but I use Google Sheets a lot because it's not limiting for me. But then you can use Notion, but you can just learn how to use it. For my analytics too, I design them also on Canva. That's why I said I use Canva for almost everything. To hold for my email list, I use Flowdesk and Substack. So Substack is to write out to everybody to just read it and everything. But Flowdesk, I write it for intimate newsletters to like a specific set of people and all. That's what I do. Which other thing do I use again? For content research, I use all the social media platforms for content research. For long form content, I host them on YouTube because you also want to be repurposing your content. What kind of tools do you need again? I feel like those are my tools that I use. For meetings, I use Google Meets. Yeah, Google Meet or Zoom, but I prefer Zoom because of how I can record my meetings and everything. But I use Zoom a lot, and I use Zoom Pro so that my meetings are not cut off like kind of like in the middle. What else? I think that's all for the tools I can remember. I use a lot of tools, but I try as much as possible to use free tools and mix them with the paid tools, because most of these tools are kind of like expensive. So you want to, most times I also suggest that if you can pay yearly, please pay yearly, that instead of paying monthly, because when you pay yearly, you get like kind of like a discount also. My final words would be, I wish you guys all the best. This journey you're on is a journey of self-discovery, because then once you start, you get to say, oh, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that, or I'm going to pick up this, I'm going to pick up that. I want you to also please document your journey. It's always very good that you document your journey, because it's what, and also please put yourself out there online, because that's what will let people know that, okay, you actually know what you're doing, if you actually want to be seen as a professional or an expert in that field. So please put out your journey online. I wish you all the very best. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Join communities. What Ingressive for Good is doing, what I admire Blessing so much, what she's doing with this community, what Anifa is doing. These are people that I actually, sometimes I stalk their pages, like, okay, what exactly are they doing? What can I learn from? I don't have to like chat them up or something. I wish you all the best. Please document every single level of your journey, the good, the bad. Yesterday, I posted on my stories that 3 years ago, 2021, 3 years ago, I got a laptop and it only lasted for 3 days. And people could relate, and they were sending me things in my DMs. So it was just document every single part of your journey. Please put yourself out there, because if you want to be like a professional and an expert, you need to have things that will stand for you, and people that will also stand for you in the long run, in rooms where your names are being mentioned, and you need people that will vouch for you. And the only way you can do that is by curating your online portfolio also, which is like putting out your work there on social media, on all social media platforms, so that they get to know that you can do this. Shout out to you guys. I wish you all the best. The journey is there's no end in sight right now. Maybe the end is maybe when we finally leave this earth, but the journey is going to be a beautiful journey for you guys, because you have a solid foundation thanks to Meta, thanks to Ingressive for Good. And I wish you guys all the best. Please remember, your dreams are valid. Keep working on it, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bolaji. Thank you, Chini. Thank you, Taiwo. Thank you so much. It was a mind-blowing session. Thank you. Learned a lot. I'm sure it's the same for everybody. Really, really amazing. Someone asked about getting a job with no experience, but thanks to Chini, she has answered in the chat box. Thank you so much, everybody. Really, really amazing. I'm just going to be passing the mic to Anifa right now.
Hi everyone. Oh my God, this was like mind blowing. My network was tripping in and out, and I'm like, I'm always going to come back to come and listen to you guys. Thank God it is recorded. And yes, to be privately shared to everyone that's has graduated so far. So without wasting too much time, I think we have just a couple of minutes. I have about three main things to share with everyone. So first and foremost, now that you've all graduated, you'll be invited to join the alumni. So you're automatically a member of the alumni, but you have to opt in. So we're going to send you, your invitation. You get to opt in to join the alumni community. And, just like we mentioned during the onboarding session, during the orientation session, the alumni community is an exclusive I4G community where we have all our learners, all our beneficiaries who have graduated from one of our scholarship or the other, and are, ready to face the next part of their journey. So now that you've learned the technical skill, you now want to, get access to job opportunities, get access to, growth opportunities, personal brand building, and everything that comes with, just being a better version of yourself as a techie. So that's what the alumni community is for you. Then the second thing is the boot camp. Woo, I'm super excited about this boot camp because, again, this is the first of its kind. And we have I think about 31 days, well, usually 1 month daily challenge for you to go through every single day. I think Hazel saw it, and I'll allow Hazel to just chip in a couple of words if she wants to. But the boot camp basically is really, really packed. Like, we have some panel sessions where we're going to be inviting experts in the space to talk to you about salary. I know on the Telegram group, there were a couple of people that had, okay, I'm back. So yes, so I know a couple of days ago there was one of you was talking on the Telegram group talking about how I requested for an 80,000 naira salary, 8,000 naira pay. I don't know if that was the right thing to do, things like that. Don't worry, we've invited somebody to come and talk to you about salary. We've invited somebody to come and talk to you about, what your first job will look like. Thanks to, our amazing panelists here, they've also, done some justice to it. We will talk about what type of job titles are out there. So it's not just social media marketer, there's also tech marketer, there's also digital marketer, there's also content creator, there's this, there's that. So there's thousands of, maybe not thousands, but at least there's hundreds of job roles out there that you can jump into. Again, we're going to be hearing from these people. We're going to be doing, we're going to help you take your CV from where it is now to a bomber CV, like a CV that is going to position you to get jobs. I know we did a CV ebook. We've also shared it. I'm sure a couple of you have gotten it already, but we are going to work with you to ensure that your CV is up to par. We're going to make sure that your LinkedIn is optimized. Just like, again, Balaji shared, share your story, share your journey. We're going to help you make sure that you do that. And we'll do this together. And I'm sure you all know why the I4G community is very, very special, because there's a community every single time, right? There's an I4G marketers community. There's an I4G data camp community. There's an I4G product managers community. So there's always a community of, all of you that are coming together to ensure that you help each other. And you guys are really, really super special, like no cap. You were able to come together to help each other without us. And which brings me to the final thing that I wanted to talk about. Shout out. I want to shout out to Eunice, our class rep. Is she here? You guys, I need you guys to say a big thank you to Eunice, a big thank you to Jude, our class rep and assistant class rep. I think this was also the first time that we implemented a class rep / assistant class rep thingy, and it was amazing. If you know what these two people have been planning for you, working together with us behind the scenes to ensure that everyone else has, things working well for them as possible so that they can come back to answer questions for you guys. I mean, it's just a really major shout out to them. We really, really love you. Thank you so much, Eunice. Thank you, Jude. You're special in my heart. Yes, JC. And really, it's been really amazing working together with you. And I know that both of you have so much potential in you. There's so many things that you're going to, do really. And so yes, I think that's about it. The boot camp is there. Again, the boot camp is slightly optional. Maybe not optional, but slightly optional, because again, we don't want to force it on all of you. So you get to opt in. We'll invite you. There's going to be a separate Telegram group for it. And we're starting May 1st, like May 1st on the dot. I think that's majorly it. So it's time to graduate proper. Do we have our team and our graduation cap? Well, we call it the virtual graduation cap and graduation gown, but basically it's just a link for you to put your picture, and it shows the world that you've graduated. So yeah, your robes. So do we have our virtual robes? Let's share it so that our people can share to the world and tell people that they've graduated. I know.
Yeah, right. Amazing. So yeah, I'm going to share the link in the chat box, and while you use the link, put in your picture and share on social media. I don't know if Azel has a word for our graduates to something to encourage them, to inform them, anything else, anything at all.
Hello, is it me?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you, Azel.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for introducing me as well. Hi, everyone. This is Hazel from Meta. Maybe some of you, we have communicated in email about your exam issues or whatever. Anyway, I would love to really take this chance to congratulate everyone here that you have completed a full journey in such a short time. This is a really huge achievement compared to other students as well in my other programs in other countries. So congratulations, and we're so proud of you guys. I know many of you are very passionate in digital marketing and would love to get a job, etc. I think you all have done the very great starting step here, that you take this opportunity to learn all these, and then you go through the exam, you pass it, and now you have your credentials. So for next step, please enjoy the boot camp organized by Ingressive. I'm sure you will learn a lot from there. Don't worry too much, just enjoy the process, learn as much you can, not just about the skill set about marketing, but also about yourself, because you need to know your strengths and weaknesses in order to get the most suitable job in the future. And you may not get it in the first place. You may take years to change different jobs until you land on a very good position for yourself. Don't worry, we all go through all this. So stay patient with your career. You have great start already. I wish all the best to all of you. That's all from me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Hazel. Hazel has been amazing. Anytime we have issues, anytime we have problems, Hazel is always here to help. And that's because of, we all love you so much, to be honest. We just want you to succeed.
Thank you.
So I think it's time to graduate now, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, Dola?
actually, yeah, it is.
Okay.
I've sent the link to the chat
Okay.
box, sent it on Telegram as well. So it's time to
Okay.
graduate.
All right, so go ahead, click on the link, share your picture, and tweet it. Share on Instagram, share on LinkedIn. Don't forget to tag Ingressive for Good. If you want to tag me, so please tag me. I would like. All right, I think that's about it. I have a small music for you. I hope my internet doesn't butcher it up, but congratulations once again. We love you.
I know I can count. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Champions. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just like that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on make way for me. Stand up. All the champions, freedom, stand up. All the champions. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. I'm just who wants it most. It's just like that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Just when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. When I fall down, I have to pick myself back. When I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. When I fall down, I pick myself back.
All right, thank you everyone. Go ahead and share your graduation costume. We love you and we love to see you in it. So have an amazing day. Again, thank you so much to our partners. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you for spending the time with us, and we'll see you on the other side. Have an amazing day, everyone. Bye.
It's